Now to my exclusive interview with House Speaker John Boehner, the most powerful Republican in Washington. Boehner is pressing the White House hard on the IRS scandal, pushing his own party to finish immigration reform. But he began our interview with some tough words for Edward Snowden.
He's a traitor. The president outlined last week that these are important national security programs to help keep Americans safe and give us tools to fight the terrorist threat that we face. The disclosure of this information puts Americans at risk. It shows our adversaries what our capabilities are, and it's a giant violation of the law.
As you point out, the president has said these programs are effective, they're fully constitutional, fully approved by Congress, and limited. Do you agree with all that?
I do. I've been briefed on all of these programs. There's no American who's going to be snooped on in any way unless they're in contact with some terrorist somewhere around the world.
So even though all of these phone records, not phone calls, but all these phone records are being scooped up, you believe that Americans' privacy is still protected?
Absolutely. And every time that I've been in a briefing, 9 of the 10 people in the room are lawyers there to protect the privacy of the American people.
These investigations in the Internal Revenue Service. Last week, you said it was inconceivable, I believe, that President Obama did not know about this before he said he knew about the problems with the IRS. Do you still believe that? And what is it based on?
Well, it's based on the fact that many of his senior staff knew about it and have known about it for some time.
Only this year?
Well, over the last 3 or 4 months. George, I know how I operate with my senior staff. I meet with them every morning. It would be inconceivable in my operation that my staff would know it and I wouldn't.
So you think the president is being straight with the American public here?
I just said I think it's inconceivable.
But he said that's the fact.
Okay.
You don't buy it.
It just doesn't pass the straight face test. How could your chief of staff, your general counsel know and you not know? But the more important point, George,
it's pretty serious,
is that
charge.
There's a serious problem at the IRS. Our goal is to root out the problem.
Have you seen any evidence, or has Chairman Issa produced any evidence that shows this was directed by the White House in any way, shape, or form?
This White House is acting like every other White House that I've seen. Stonewall, 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 reluctant to turn over information.
What information do you want from them that they haven't provided?
I want to know, this wasn't operated and done by some low-level employees in Cincinnati. So who directed them? And where did this come from?
Congressman Cummings says that the evidence he's produced says that it was generated in Cincinnati. You don't buy that?
No, I'm not buying that at all.
You believe it was directed from the White House?
I don't know where it was directed from, and it's not my job to do that. Our committees are going to do their job.
Let's talk about immigration. It's on the Senate floor this week. Can you support the Senate bill?
I've got real concerns about the Senate bill, especially in the area of border security and internal enforcement of this system. I'm concerned that it doesn't go far enough.
If it goes farther, are you prepared to sign on to a bill that has a clear path to citizenship for those who are now in the country illegally?
George, what I've tried to do over the course of the last 6 months is to create an environment in the House where members from both parties can continue to work together. And I would expect that a House bill would be to the right of where the Senate is.
What's the most important thing you'll get done this year?
I think immigration reform is probably at the top of that list.
Signed into law?
I think by the end of the year we could have a bill.
One that passes the House, passes the Senate, signed by the president?
Yeah, no question.
Mr. Speaker, good luck.
Thank you. I'll need it.